What's up, everybody? My name is the 6 Feet Under, and today I'm doing a review for The Flash Season 3. Before I get into it, I need to warn everybody, there's going to be spoilers ahead. If you have not watched the Season 3 of The Flash, even if I would not blame you for not wanting to. If you haven't watched Season 3 of The Flash and you still want to, I would not watch this video. I will be spoiling elements of the plot, so spoiler warning. Another thing, this is just my opinion. If you don't, these aren't facts. This is just what I think. You don't have to agree with me. You can agree with me if you want. Just don't get at me in the comments being like, "It's just your opinion," because I know it's just my opinion. You don't have to be like that. That being said, let's jump straight into it. Season 3 of The Flash was, I believe, 2017. I think it was 2017, and it was bad. In my professional opinion, I think it was bad because I think it wasted a lot of potential that it built up in the early parts of the season, and it just kind of pitter-pattered out with badness from then on out. And I'm going to explain why. So, let's get into it. Let's start with the good start. It did start well, I would say. It really gave you a false sense of hope for, like, a good season to happen. It started pretty well with, like, the Flashpoint thing. Zoom, in the earlier season, killed Barry's dad, and he was like, man, this ain't happening, right? So, what he did was he just went back into the past and stopped Thawne from killing his mother, and created a universe called Flashpoint, where Barry never becomes the Flash and his mother never dies. So, there you go. When he exists there for a while, but he starts losing his memories. And he's like, what's happening to me? I'm losing my memories. So he goes back in time again to stop Thawne from, to get Thawne to help him, like, keep his memories. Oh, wait, no. When he stops Thawne from killing his mom, he keeps him prisoner there. And he has to go to Thawne where he keeps him prisoner to... I don't know. To ask if... why he's losing his memories. Turns out, timeline crap, I don't know. And, then he has to go into the future. Or no, he has to go back in time again to stop himself from stopping Thawne, from stopping his mom's life. So when he does that, you know, everything goes back normal. Maybe not. Cisco, Cisco's brother is dead now for some reason. Like, a whole bunch of bad stuff happens with Team Flash and all that. Joe and Iris don't like each other. Cisco doesn't like Barry. It's a whole situation. So, but with all that happening, it turns out there's a new lab tech in Barry's lab, and his name is Julian, and that brings me to a second thing about the good start of the season, which is the Husks. I really think they started with a good premise. Like, the Husks are of people who were big in Flashpoint. Big in Flashpoint, such as, like, superpowers. Specifically, they each had superpowers, and each Husk was linked to a new meta, because a guy named Alchemy was giving people from Flashpoint that had powers in this timeline. So, yeah, I really like the mystery of it all. It really started with something well, and, like, the way one of the Husks was Wally, and Wally turned out to be Kid Flash, that really started. And the Wells for this season was also pretty good. HR, he was one of the things that was, like, consistently good the whole way through. HR was pretty good. That said, the bad parts of the start were, yeah, because Killer Frost. Killer Frost, I've said this before, not my favorite character in the earlier seasons. I don't really like Killer Frost. And in Season 3, it's like this constant battle between who has control, Caitlyn or Killer Frost, and I just don't like Killer Frost. Also Cisco. Cisco's, I hate Barry now. Relationship is a little bit extensive because, he doesn't like Barry because he went back in time to stop, Thawne from killing his mom, but he won't go back in time to stop the drunk driver from killing Dante, and he's, mad at Barry for that. But I don't think he should be mad at Barry for that, because it's disrupting the timeline. He had to come back and fix the timeline again, because, yikes. So, in the middle, some bad things in the middle, the team-up, the Dominators team-up, it was pretty bad. I just didn't, usually when the team-ups happen, they're not that great. But the Dominators one, I just don't like Supergirl, and the way that they write the Flash with all of his other characters. He's kind of like the most inferior one, and it's a little upsetting, but whatever. There's also the twist about how Julian is alchemy. It's kind of underwhelming. Right? It would be cooler if, Julian was... if, alchemy was, just a random person, I think. Because... Or another time remnant. If they're gonna go with... guess what? The main bad guy is actually Barry. Why don't they just, put all their chips in and make alchemy also another time remnant? I feel like that would, it would, put at least a little bit more of a pretty face on an already bad thing. But making Julian alchemy is just, I don't know, it's just a little weird. I didn't really like it. Barry acting stupid. Barry was, being really irrational about, Wally for a minute there, and I get that that's the point of that scene, but I still don't like it. Why couldn't they just made Barry level-headed? It didn't do anything to the story in the long run. They just kind of added it there because they could. Barry's Savitar's looking through Wally's eyes. No, he's not, and you're just kind of being stupid, right? Nobody likes somebody being stupid, and Barry was. And it didn't even do anything to the plot. It didn't provide anything to the story. It was just there to be there, and it was bad. The Grodd episodes, the whole mind control aspect of Grodd is dumb. And, but why? They don't have enough junk in the season to make a full season of TV, so they have to add something completely new, Grodd. And the Grodd thing wasn't that good. It was Grodd's gonna invade Central City with a bunch of telepathic gorillas. Okay, what if we be nice to the other gorilla leader so he goes and beats up Grodd? Yeah, sure. And then they do that, and that's the end of that. Wow. That was underwhelming. I also didn't like Jesse. I feel like we already had an arrogant speedster that has a zeal for Savitar and Wally, and just put another one there with Jesse is I just didn't like it. I feel like if you already have Wally who's being arrogant and dumb, then you don't really need Jesse to be arrogant and dumb. You can just have another speedster, you know? And Wally's I'm gonna go attack Savitar, proceeds to have every bone in his body broken and sucked into the Speed Force, yikes. And then Jesse's wow, that sucked. I'm gonna go after Savitar alone, just like Wally. And everybody in the team is dumb, because Wally just almost died because of what he just did, and you're about to go do what he did, and she's yeah, you can't stop me, and then goes, and then proceeds to get her butt kicked, aside from figuring out that Savitar's just a dude, but nah. The good thing about the middle of the season is Duet, the episode with Barry and Supergirl getting trapped in the musical world. I kind of liked that. I like musicals. Okay, musicals are really cool. I love musicals. Get at me. I liked the song part of it. Whatever. I thought it really brought the whimsical, magic to the flashback with that episode, but only for an episode. There's also Gypsy, the relationship between Gypsy and, the relationship between Gypsy and Cisco is pretty nice, I would say. Because it's truly an interesting love story, unlike other relationships that are happening. Julian and Caitlin. It's kind of refreshing to have a love story that actually works out for once. The end of the season was kind of alright. No, actually, what am I saying? The end of the season was the worst part. The trip to the future was so stupid. Oh my god. He pulls up to the a graveyard to see Joe. And he's like, hey, Joe, whereas the other Barry who was defeated and sad was like, hey, Joe. Right? So Joe would automatically sense something wrong. Joe's a smart, clever guy. He would realize that this is different for Barry. He would look back. He would turn his head, at least. Right? And even afterwards, when he's like, wow, yeah, you were weird at this cemetery. Then why didn't you act on it at the time, John? Joe, you've always been a man of action, right? And it's just kind of disappointing to see the way he acted in the future. I don't think he would have acted like that. Savitar's identity, which I've already talked about a little bit in this episode, was also pretty dumb. We'll just make him Barry. What? Are you kidding me? Barry wouldn't do... Okay. We've established that Time Remnants are literally just a copy of the other guy, with all the memories and all of it, right? That's pretty cool, right? So if he had all the memories and all that, if he was the same person, why would he turn evil? Barry, so you're telling me a little bit of neglect, just a little bit of neglect would automatically turn Barry into an evil Time Lord? I don't think so. What? If Barry was neglected, I don't, if the rest of the team just started to shun him, I don't think he would turn into an evil Time Lord. It's just
I'm a Time Remnant that you guys forgot about.
And plus, he was only created by... The whole, loop thing is a little dumb. But, whatever, you know. Oh, right, the fight between them. The final fight between, Barry and Savitar and all that. What? Come on, man. There was one part of the fight that was super cool. It was when Savitar was running through the woods and he chopped down 2 trees. And then, I think it was Wally, Barry, and Jay, ran around the tree. Wally went under, Barry went over, and Jay went around. It was cool. And that was, the one cool shot. The rest of it was just, hey, we're 2 speedsters, and we're 4 speedsters, and we're running around, baby. And then after he, destroys the suit and knocks him out, he gets back up, and he's coming back to... It's dumb. That's dumb, you know? And freaking Joe just shoots him. I thought the plan was not to kill him. And then Joe's just actually... The season's so contradictory sometimes, and it's just bad. Alright. Cold! The one thing, Black Flash. Who calls him Black Flash? Nobody. He's always been Hunter Zolomon. Can't beat. Cold. What? Huh? Hunter Zolomon is Zoom, right? So, and freaking Killer Frost has already tried to fight Zoom. So, wouldn't Killer Frost have won? If Killer Frost won so easily afterward? Huh? No. That just doesn't make any... And the fact that like nobody said that before. Since when has the only thing that the Black Flash can't beat has been Colt? It's just kind of dumb. Also, it's like they won, and then they threw him into the Speed Force. When not an episode later, they realized they could have just thrown a ball with Barry's freaking hair in it to trick the Speed Force into thinking he's in there. Like, why couldn't it just have come up with that then? That's so dumb. Anyway, before we end this, I want to talk about the few good things towards the end of the season. The relationship between HR and Tracy is actually pretty nice. Like, the way he, like, inspires her to be better, and the way that she, like, her crazy attitude really connects with HR. I feel like that's pretty cool. Also, the Snart heist, when they have to get the Dominator tech, I think that was actually also pretty cool. It was nice to watch. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I think that Season 3 of The Flash was bad. It had a lot of wasted potential going on. Like, they had so many options to do things so much better, and they threw them all away. Not to mention the sheer amount of times that people, like, go into the hallway and then, like, convince people to keep working. Like, that just happens so many darn times. And I get that happens more in Season 4, but this time, if you're gonna make a bad season, at least try to touch up on the finer details, you know? Whatever. Season 3, I don't know why my nipples show so much. Whatever. Season 3 is bad. I would say so. But, yeah, Season 4 makes up for it. So, I would give Season 3 5 out of 10. It's not the worst show I have ever seen, but it's up there. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye! If any of you have the cords to a 2004 Mac PC, like Apple Mac PC, I found one on the curb, and I want to see if this bad boy works. He's 2004. If you guys have the cords to that, I'd love to have them. We might be able to discuss prices if you really care, but if you could just give them to me, or if you have them at all, I might be able to buy them from you. I just need the cords to the Mac PC because I want to see if it works. Anyway, that's all. Bye.